We'll get started. We're going from 112 today. And again, I'm going to follow the same pattern as last stream, where if it's an easy doubles draft, we'll go fast, but if it's not, we'll go slower. So it's no type high risk. Let me reset the buddy. This is Gengar 5. It's quite a nice set. Got good coverage. Very fast. Shadow Ball is often going to do a lot less than any of the other moves, but could very rarely be useful, I guess. Would be a very good lead, I think. Okay, we've got a Dragonite. Let's see. Well, hold on, I was going to do the draft. 5. This one, modest set 6, 7, or 8. Brick Break, that's set 8, which is not bad. Unlike Gengar, Dragonite can definitely make use of its attack. Already got a good lead duo in. Well, I was going to need to remember to. Unlike, so I've already got a good lead duo in Gengar Dragonite. Got Porygon too. That's not a bad thing to have in the back either. It's a modest, so it's set 2 or 3 or 4, and that's set 3. Yeah, it's a pretty nice thing to have in the back. Lemon Recover. Porygon 2 works quite well as a sort of super Pokemon. It's way faster than it has any right to be, and it hits surprisingly hard. And 370 over 210-ish defenses is pretty bulk. It's very difficult to 2-hit KO it. Got a Quick Claw Aggron. Oh wait, I was going to say 2, 3. That's Quick Claw Aggron, set 1 or 4, and this is set 1. Yeah, it's a bit too slow, I think. Not a bad set. It's a bit too slow though. It's already out of contention compared to the others. Let's see, is Tentacle 1 back again? Yes, this is Tentacle 1. Much better singles Pokemon than doubles. That's Jolteon last. Know it from the item, but it's set 1. Not a bad. Yeah, again, it's not a bad draft. I think the lead take is actually, well, the whole take actually is just the first 3 sets. Again, Aggron is not bad. It's actually functions okay as a switch in for certain lead duos, because Steel Rock is surprisingly defensively sound. Unfortunately, Aggron misses out slightly, even though Earthquake and Surf are a little bit more rare in doubles. The fact is that high damaging fighting moves aren't uncommon, and also when aggron gets too low, it just becomes a target of so many special attacks. And Tentacle is unfortunately just nowhere near offensive enough, doesn't do enough to support a partner. And it hasn't actually got any recovery. Jolteon one is pretty good, but it is nice to be fast and everything, but it only has Thunderbolt coverage, significantly worse than all of these three. I think we'll be taking Porygon in the back. Yeah, I think we'll take that. We said no type high risk. Yeah, there's going to be no specialization for that, I think. Lapras Claydol. I'm immediately thinking we'll see what Buddy says, but I'm immediately thinking it's probably best to take out the Lapras. So the high-risk Laprases are a bit more likely, no surprise there. It's more likely to be Claydol. Okay, it's more likely to be Explosion Claydol, because that's also high risk. I will be able to kill Claydol full on turn 1. Claydol 2 and 3, I don't think I will. It depends how much I think Shadow Ball is going to do, because Dragonite will do a bit over half with Ice Beam. Yeah, I'm 149, I'm modest. Shadow Ball probably do about... I think we'll struggle to do more than half. The Claydol kill basically isn't guaranteed if I go for it. The Lapras... A lot of these sets are running bulk. Only set 5, which... Set 5 and 2 aren't. So 7, 3 and 8 might survive Thunderbolt Brick Break. However, it would be a more favourable roll than it would be into Claydol with the Shadow Ball Ice Beam. The reason why I'd want to try and take out a Lapras was Ice Beam, but actually only 2 sets of Ice Beam and 1 set of Blizzard. Don't really want to leave Lapras 7 there either, though. Lapras 3 is completely fine, but Lapras 7 and 8, I don't think... I want to leave Oko Lapras in the field. Claydol 3 would be bad in terms of Psychic smacking Gengar. The other Psychics I don't mind taking from Claydol 2 and 4. I would rather Gengar Faint than Dragonite anyway. Yeah, I think I'll go for that. So Lumberry Lapras. So set 4. Okay, let's see what Claydol does. Cosmic Power. So that's set 2 then, guaranteed. And it's Ninetales in the back. So I think Ninetales will have to have a high risk move. Yeah, it has to be Ninetales 4 with Overheat. Double Edge. So Ninetales is faster than Dragonite, but Dragonite should be safe. After Cosmic Power, I definitely can't get Claydol 2 this turn. Meanwhile, I could just Psychic Dragon Claw Ninetales. Surely it doesn't survive. I guess it's technically better to go for Thunderbolt, Dragon Claw just in case. Ninetales could confuse Dragonite. That's the only way it could survive. Because Will-O-Wisp doesn't work on special moves. Now we take out Claydol. Actually, after being burned, we'll do more with Fire Punch. There's no way I'm getting Evasion Haxed again. Yeah, good. There's no type high risk again. Don't see a reason to take any of those. I mean, Lapras 4 is a nice set. It's just 3 IV. I'm going to keep my team because the team's quite good. Machamp Lantern. Yeah, so it's just promoting the... of course, Lantern 2 and high risk, yeah. I'm just considering which one of these is probably more threatening. Lantern 2 Thunderbolt Serve. That'll do about half to Gengar. Thunderbolt about half, and then Dragonite takes very little from Serve. Lantern 1, nothing. Lantern 4, okay, well, I don't want to get hit by an Ice Beam from Lantern 4. It feels correct to target Machamp, but actually I don't think Machamp is very likely to do anything. Ice Punch from Machamp obviously does way less than Ice Beam from Lantern. Lantern 4 is pretty unlikely, but... Yeah, the worst thing this Machamp could do would be to Double Edge. And Double Edge doesn't do that much into Dragonite anyway. If it is Lantern 4, I'm still fastening it with both. We would have to Psychic Dragon Claw. Lantern might survive that. Would Psychic Dragon Claw give Lantern Salak? I mean, it's slower than both the Pokemon anyway, even I do give it Salak, so I don't think it matters. Lantern 3 is a bit of an issue too. It's very awkward. I wish I could Thunderbolt Lantern, but I obviously can't. Thunderbolt Dragon Claw will be a lot safer. Yeah, the reason why Lantern 4 is scary is because it is also faster than Porygon. So I'd want to get rid of that. Obviously, all of the Machamp is slower than Porygon. Porygon, and even if something faints here, Porygon can tag up and kill Machamp next turn anyway. I think we'll take out Lantern. Spadef Drop is huge. Because that Psychic didn't do enough. Venusaur. That's a crit rock tomb. We don't know anything at all about that lantern. No. Dragonite is still fast in every possible set. So, again, Porygon isn't terribly threatened by either of these. The focus band on Machamp is a bit annoying. But then again, so is the Bright Powder on Venusaur 2. Both of these could prevent an Oko attempt this turn. Machamp has to be a bigger threat though, surely. If I was going to activate the focus band, I'd want to do it with Ice Beam freezing. Has a small chance. God, that Psychic did so much. It's got Sleep Powder. Venusaur 1 or 3. Probably Venusaur 1. Venusaur 3 would have used Double Edge, surely. On Dragonite. No type Free Spirited. Don't think I want any of those again. It would be, in terms of what we're looking for swapping, it would have to be an exceptional lead. It would have to be sort of like a Tauros or Intimidate and Earthquake. And in the back, it would have to be pretty much the best 1v1 ones in the factory. Even better than this Porygon 2 is at 1v1ing, which this Porygon 2 is very reliable, I think. It's Arcanine Breloom. Very likely that I kill Breloom here. I cannot imagine a scenario where I don't want to stop Spore. Yeah, Breloom 1 is very unlikely, apparently, so it has to be correct to go for Breloom. Breloom 2, Bright Powder would be annoying, and Breloom 4 could Quick Claw Spore as well, which could prevent a kill attempt. Arcanine is fairly likely to be a crunch set. Yeah, Arcanine 2 crunch does do a lot to Gengar, but obviously Gengar survives it. I think it has to be correct. I'll have to double target Breloom because Breloom 4 and Breloom 2 could both interfere with Gengar's Psychic. Although I'll definitely do that. Could survive. Dragonite's move is a bit more interesting. Obviously Flamethrower, Ice Beam will both take Breloom out because none of these Breloom sets run any bulk at all. I could even Dragon Claw. The problem with that is I don't really want to affect Spore, and I think maybe it could survive Dragon Claw. As a generic hit into an unknown third, Ice Beam is probably superior to Flamethrower. Because we don't burn something with Guts. Ice has just got better coverage. Ice isn't resisted or immune by anything. Gardevoir. It's a crunch, but crunch didn't do much. It must be Arcanine 1. Crunch didn't do more than half. We have no idea what the breeding was, apart from the fact that it did not activate a Quick Claw or Bright Powder. Gardevoir 234, most likely. Gardevoir 2 runs Bulk. I would not take very much from Shadow Ball. Gardevoir 3 and 4 would feint to Shadow Ball into Dragon Claw. Gardevoir 1 obviously runs Bulk and would also survive. Gardevoir 8 feints. I think we'll just kill Gardevoir. We'll try and kill Gardevoir at least. Porygon will never lose a 1v1 into Arcanine. Like, it would take huge... it would have to King's Rock flinch continuously before I can get a Thunder Wave off. Yeah, there's no way. So we'll know. Actually, I've completely forgot we did damage already. We hit it with an Ice Beam. It did... Right, we hit the Gardevoir with an Ice Beam. We did about 40, maybe low 40s, mid 40s. That can't be a very bulky set. Okay, it can't be 1 or 2, I don't think. In which case, I'm not certain that Shadow Ball will get it. And if Shadow Ball doesn't get it, we'd want to Dragon Claw Arcanine anyway. The Arcanine should be no problem. It's not a bulky set. It will feint to this. We're not taking the... There's no type high risk. We're not taking the Gardevoir, so I don't need to update that. Yeah, I see no reason to swap. Ninetales again, with Victory Bell alongside. I think we'll probably want to go for the kill on Victory Bell and take the big lead. There's no Quick Claw sets here, we just take... Okay, there's a Bright Powder, Victory Bell, that would be annoying. I think we'll go for the Psychic onto the Victory Bell. Think about what Dragonite wants to do. I could cover Victory Bell. I could Ice Beam it as well, just in case White Powder activates on Psychic. In terms of what Ninetales, it's obviously very likely to be Ninetales 4 with the high risk moves. I'm not too worried about Ninetales 4 though. Overheat will do a lot to Gengar. Double Edge will not do a lot to Dragonite. The most annoying thing to do is actually confuse Ray. Our Porygon has Trace, isn't it? Yeah, so we could Trace the Flash Fire later. Basically, Porygon is pretty likely to win against Ninetales, if I can guarantee that Ninetales is the last Pokemon on the field. Saying that out loud makes me want to just Ice Beam the Victory Bell slot. Hariyama in last. And it is Confuse Ray, which is not actually telling us which Ninetales it is. That's annoying. Obviously, Psychic would kill even the bulkier Hariyama sets from here. Hariyama 1 could survive. Is the AI stupid enough in Gen 3 to go for the fake out on Dragonite? The fact that Hariyama could be fake that, I really could switch to Porygon here. Because Hariyama will obviously never target Gengar with a fighting move, and then I can pivot back into Gengar afterwards. And while Gengar is pivoting, because Porygon 2 will come in and trace a move that massively reduces how much overheat can deal to it. While I'm doing that, I can just Dragon Claw Hariyama twice. The worst thing that could happen if I do this is Confuse Ray could hit Dragonite and it could hit itself in Confusion. And then I guess the next turn after that, Ninetales could also confuse Porygon. Meanwhile, Hariyama can Ice Punch Dragonite, I guess. Quiet Ice Punch. The Earthquake Dragonites will be baited into using Earthquake into Porygon 2 next turn. That's a pretty nice outcome. It could also be Ninetales 1. In which case, I am even more confident about winning. I think we'll go for that. It's only punished by the double Confuse Ray. Why risk the self-hit? Aha, so it is Guts. We've traced Flash Fire, so I want to keep Porygon in. That's weird. It traced Guts, but Cross Chop did like 40 to Dragonite. That can't be right. A Guts Cross Chop would do over 100 surely to Dragonite. All of these run attack except Hariyama 1. Even Hariyama 1 would do over 80, surely. Guts Cross Chop. Adamant. Yeah, there's no way. That's so weird. Why has it done that? I thought it would only do that against, I suppose maybe could it misread the ability on its ally in Gen 3? That's really weird. If Confuse Ray does hit Dragonite, then I'd want to Oh, this is a really good draft. Did you see this, Nico? Where I'm not sure if you saw the last turn. Ninetales burned Hariyama, but then Hariyama's done so little damage that I think it can't be Guts. Yeah, this is a really nice draft. Anyway, I want to kill Hariyama. Because with Flash Fire active on Porygon, it will never lose the 1v1. I can do I can do a proper damage calculator. Maybe there's something I'm forgetting. I just think Cross Chop does so much more than that. No type high risk. Yeah, it's weird. I don't want any of those. I do quite like Overheat in doubles, but it's a free IV set. It's T-Tar Starmie. Expecting the high risk ones to feature a bit higher. Tyranitar 3 and 10 make up over 50% of the possible sets. Starmie can be a lot more sets. What's irritating about Starmie is that it might be faster than Dragonite. That makes me want to just Thunderbolt it. So Thunderbolt will take out every Starmie set which isn't bulky, and then these two sets don't actually offer too much offensively. Neither of them can Ice Beam. So I really like just hitting Starmie with Thunderbolt this turn. For the obvious move, best move combination. And there's no Troupple Berry in Gen 3, so I think it would be silly not to Brick Break Tyranitar. Is there a punish for doing that? Because after Dragon Dance, I'm obviously still faster than every Tyranitar. The worst thing that could happen is probably Quick Claw Ice Beam from the Modest set. The 5% chance to be that. I guess Rock-Slide crit could do about 2/3 to Dragonite. That would be annoying, but completely fine because I can just target it next turn. I don't think I can't leave Starmie here because the Modest sets are going to Oko Gengar with Psychic. It would be. I could Dragon Claw something in the back. But I think it's much better to get the damage on Tyranitar now, since Porygon 2 really struggles against Tyranitar. Its uninvested Tri-Attack won't do anything. Okay, so we don't know what Starmie it was really. I think we could have probably got the bulky sets even with an Oko. Registeel last, and we crit. Okay, well, that's the end of the battle then if we crit. We have no idea what the Tyranitar set was. I don't. So the bulkiest Registeel sets will survive. Okay, it has to be a bulky set. Okay, so it will survive the 2 fire moves, but it's going to be on such low health it won't matter. It's burned anyway. That's funny. I feel like getting lucky just happens very often on matches where you don't need it. There's no type high risk. I wouldn't mind taking the Starmie if I knew it was a good set. I probably would take a. I might. I'm not sure if I would have taken a Tyranitar set if I knew it was Earthquake. There's only one of these sets that doesn't run Earthquake. I think I'll leave it though, because it's so much slower. It's so nice to be faster than both enemies and just choose which one to die. Regirock a bit of an ugly lead. Both Sizzle 1 and 3 are both Focus Band. Sizzle 4 is Bright Powder, so that's 3 different sets that could all survive a Gengar Fire Punch. I'm thinking it's probably worthwhile to cover the possibility then. And that would mean Fire Punch Scizor and Flamethrower Scizor just in case White Powder or Focus Band activates. I'm being very disrespectful towards Regirock by doing this, but the thing is that Regirock exploding is completely fine, doesn't hurt Gengar. Rock Slide will not do very much to Dragonite at all. The spread penalty. What else is it? I suppose it could double team. That would be annoying. This is an awful matchup for the Regirock. I can't deal damage very quickly to Regirock anyway. Like I would be Thunderbolt and Dragon Clawing it. They all run bulk. Yeah, they're not coming close to dying. I think it's better to take the lead. Porygon into Regirock is a completely fine matchup. Porygon is faster. We have faster recover. Makes it very safe. Okay. No surprises from Scizor. It's Milotic in the back. And Regirock used Curse. Yeah, I might think a bit more about killing Regirock then. Oops. We know it's high risk. I suppose we should have expected. I suppose that confirms that Scizor must be a high risk. Ah, it's a Miracate Milo, of course. Regirock free. Can I kill Milo right now? I've already hit it with a Flamethrower. Surely it faints to Thunderbolt, Dragon Claw. My special attack stats. Gengar is almost 400 and Dragonite is 328. Even the... Yeah. Yeah, Milo will faint to that surely. And even if it doesn't, I'd want to kill it anyway. Icy Wind and Ice Beam are both bad. And potentially letting Regirock get another curse. But I'm hitting it with special moves anyway. And I should easily out-damage Rest, as long as there's 2 Pokemon alive. Yeah. Remove Milo. It does get 2 curses. So after 2 curses, it could get a crit kill on Dragonite. It's quite likely to curse again, to be honest. It's slightly better. Thunderbolt paralysis chance is slightly better than Psychic since I can't Spadef drop Clear Body. Okay. No type slow and steady. On the very last match, I could take. There was I forgot to pay attention to what Milo it could have been. Was Milo 1 or 4? I do not need help into Mischievous Gengar. I don't really need help with the Lapras either. I've got... Yeah. Jolteon is the worst matchup on this first page. Nothing I take would help into Jolteon anyway. Latias would be quite bad too. Okay, Raikou probably the worst thing that could show up, actually. Blissey could show up too. I've got Brick Break for Blissey, though. Yeah, Mischievous, the infamous Mischievous. So I can kill it with Shadow Ball into Dragon Claw for certain. Yeah, okay. And also it doesn't threaten a lot. Alakazam Mischievous. I can't let Alakazam live, surely. Psychic and Ice Punch are both big issues. Yeah, so Alakazam 2 and 4 can both kill Gengar, and then Alakazam 1 and 4 can both kill Dragonite. I am fast in all of them, so I could just... Okay, Focus Band and Bright Powder are annoying, but I feel like it must be correct to go for Alakazam. We don't have information on what the last Pokemon is, it's just scaled by how many sets they have. I suppose Tyranitar slightly more likely. Well, against Tyranitar, the most important thing is to keep Dragonite alive anyway. If Shadow Ball crits Alakazam, I'd want to Dragon Claw the last slot. Yeah. Blastoise last. Blastoise one quite a lot more likely. It's the rain set. I suppose it doesn't want to activate another quote. Yeah, it doesn't think it's that likely to be these. It doesn't want to activate the high risk quote. Only getting some random interaction. Well, that's mostly what I talk through. When I'm looking at these sets, because the lead duo is so strong, I'm mostly thinking about Bright Powder and Focus Band on lead duos. Often I think it's fairly clear that Alakazam is a far bigger threat than Mischievous. There's a chance I could forget something like Synchronize being a possibility on Alakazam. I like to think that I would catch myself if I did that. I am worried about losing. I'm more worried about misplaying than losing, though. The Mischievous is extremely likely to want to... Wait, I didn't put in the move. Mischievous wants to Thunder Wave Dragonite here. Yeah, Thunder Wave is by far the most likely move. It's unlikely to be Blastoise for your Blastoise 4. If it is them, though, I would want to do damage. It might be better to target Mischievous anyway, though, because Mischievous is faster than Porygon. I can't imagine Porygon losing a 1v1 into Blastoise with someone else alive. The worst thing that could happen this turn is Blastoise Blastoise 2, 3, and 4 only have 170 special attack, and they're not boosting it. So they can't actually kill Dragonite with Ice Beam. The worst thing that could happen is that they could crit Ice Beam into Dragonite. And then, I guess Mischievous could crit Gengar with a Psychic. Do I want to switch? I could bring Porygon 2 in, and Lum is eaten. Blastoise 1 could target Dragonite anyway, but I'm fine with that. Yeah, Porygon 2, 3 will not take much from even a modest Hydro Pump. It would be acceptable damage. This leaves Gengar open to either Thunderbolt or Shadow Ball. I still have to decide on what I want to take out more. I think I'm leaning towards Blastoise just because I don't think Porygon can lose the 1v1 against Mischievous. But if I'm thinking that I want to go for that 1v1, then I actually don't mind if Dragonite feints to a crit Ice Beam anyway. I'd rather get it have a chance to get its attack off. Okay, so in the end, I do agree with the initial thought of just using Dragon Claw and Thunderbolt trying to kill Blastoise. We expected this. Blastoise acted last. Yeah, it's 6 IV. Blastoise acted last, which means it meant for counter or mirror coat. So it wasn't Blastoise 1. So Thunderbolt will do more than Shadow Ball. It's Mischievous. Yes. Because these are all running defensive E's. Yeah, Thunderbolt will do more. And just needs to do enough that it gets in the Porygon 2 range. Okay, that's sad. That was the end of... That's sad, that was the end of that. I was enjoying that team. It is... I don't know. I say it's more fun to play a bad team, but actually it is quite good fun to just clown on the enemy with a really broken lead duo that can just kill anything on demand. We'll keep going. See what it's ground, high risk. Refresh the buddy. White powder, that's set 4. I've still never used an explosion duo in Gen 3 Factory. Unfortunately, this is a very slow explosion duo, if it is one. It's Walrein 4. Oh, I was going to put in the sets in the draft. This is Walrein 1, the leftovers. This is the set that LRXE didn't take. I mean, I would definitely take this in certain singles drafts. I think it's really bad in doubles. 2 turns is a long time to wait for Yawn to activate, and a lot of Pokemon in Gen 3 can randomly have Lum or Chesto Berry, which completely ruins it. It is Boom Protect. Oh my god. I mean, it's a lot better than 2 terrible Pokemon at least. It's the Whitehead Nidoqueen with it's Whitehead Superpower. What set is that? Is that set 4? Yeah. I think Nidoqueen is one of these Pokemon that benefits the most from the IV advantage, because it elevates itself from a pretty troll speed tier to a very good one. And also it's so difficult to OHKO it. Oh, that's Vileplume. I actually don't know which set this is from the item alone. It's not 2, it's not 4. It's 2 and 4, the Ingrain and Sunny Day set, so it's either 3 or 1. I'll have a quick look. Set 1. Very unlikely to take that. Pedal Dance is not a good move. Moonlight in the back is okay. Oh, Special Tutor. With max attack, special attack. Crunch, Ice Beam. That Tutor 4. Yeah. And then Latios in the last slot? No. No, this is Venusaur. Sunny Day, that must be set 4, yeah. Okay. Weird draft. Yeah, weird draft. There's nothing above 200 speed. Okay. It's a lot easier to pick up a fast lead a little bit later. What's interesting about ground spec is that although you see ground spec and you think, oh no, Earthquake, they have to be next to a Pokemon that they can use Earthquake with on their ally. Actually makes Earthquake less of a concern than it might seem at first. Like I could take Nidoqueen. I think I'm leaning towards Nidoqueen as probably the best lead. It does feel like tempting fate to lead Tyranitar Nidoqueen. Am I actually going to lead Boom Protect? I think I am. Is it time to lose to a Bright Powder Miss on Explosion? The thing about Walrein is, what is Walrein doing after it uses Protect? Yeah, it could be like Flygon, isn't it? It could be like the league could be like Flygon plus even like Dugtrio. That would be a disaster. I mean, Tyranitar does not take that much from Earthquake. We do hit back with Ice Beam. I mean, we could just explode. We could just explode. Stab Giga Drain could have. Yeah. What I'm thinking is, I could do what I did in Gen 4 and just I can take Executor and just explode next to Tyranitar, and it's fine. Because Tyranitar is faster, yeah. And then I have something I trust in the back, which is it Nidoqueen? Yeah, I like the idea of the Tyranitar egg duo. I think that's funny. Yeah. So at 256, Explosion isn't weakened in doubles. Okay, so Tyranitar will be possible to drop Tyranitar with a crit explosion. Or if Tyranitar just takes about 50% from another move, like Earthquake, it will faint. And so I lead with that, and then I have Nidoqueen in the back. Nidoqueen can't really Earthquake next to Tyranitar that easily. But Superpower hits so hard that it's sort of like having 3 stab moves. Superpower, Sludge Bomb, Earthquake. And then I have Shadow Ball, Fang, Gengar, whatever. Is there a better lead duo? I could take... no, I don't like Venusaur. Yeah, too vulnerable to Overheat, Drill Peck, Ice Beam, Psychic. Particularly Psychic. Even with investment in Spadef. There's no way it's Vileplume. I can't Petal Dance. That would be nuts. I know you're trolling, Nico. It's not a bad idea. It's not actually a completely bad idea. I'd probably have to use Sunny Day if I did take Venusaur. There's also the funny alternative is I take Sunny Day with Chlorophyll. So I lead with a grass duo. It would be okay into a ground specialist. So I'd leave Venusaur, Executor, and then Vileplume also has Chlorophyll. So it's a Sun team, except I can't actually take Vileplume, even in that case. Does it even bounce either base hundreds? Which set? Eggy and Sun. It won't outspeed ones with a positive nature. I don't know how common that is exactly in Gen 4. My concern about, let's say I take Executor Venusaur. My concern is if I see a similar, like the Nightmare lead, like the lead duo I faced on Battle 98 was Zapdos, Latios. and those can just, that duo could just kill Venusaur immediately. I guess I can explode on something like that. It's dubious. I think I prefer the Tyranitar Explosion team though. I have Nidoqueen in the back. Nidoqueen under sand with a White Herb. Slightly afraid of Hydro Pump. And I guess Latios. Latios, Starmie, etc. Nidoqueen, a bit scared of those. Hopefully, Tyranitar will be alive for those interactions, but it wouldn't necessarily always be. What's also nice about having Nidoqueen in the back is that if I do face up against, you know, some fast Pokemon with fighting move, I can bring Nidoqueen into the fighting move. It won't take very much from that. I actually wish it... Oh no, Rivalry is a Gen 4 ability. It has to be Poison Point. I think I'll go with that. So we're leaving behind Walrein. So we're taking Executor, Tyranitar, Nidoqueen. We're leaving behind Walrein, Vileplume, Venusaur. This is a scuffed one. This might be a much longer set. Nidoking Ursaring. The most important thing... Focus Band won't do anything in sand, obviously. The most important thing is... What did I put in wrong? Oh, in round 8. The most important thing is Bright Powder. Don't want to get a Bright Powder miss. Am I blowing up on these two? Or am I just going to use Psychic on Nidoking? Only Ursaring 3 is acting first. The others would have to Quick Claw or go last. Nidoking is unfortunately guaranteed to go first. This is a bit scary, actually. Fire Blast won't kill Executor, but it will do a huge amount. Horn Drill, very scary. Don't mind Double Quick, that's fine. Am I exploding? Here's an issue with Explosion, is that I will... Nidoking will never survive Explosion. If I explode and they manage to Horn Drill Tyranitar on turn 1, I lose. We know the Pokemon in the back is Ground. Dugtrio, Flygon, Swampert. Dugtrio would be nice. Not that likely though. I don't think I can. I don't think I can explode here. I think it's way too risky with the Horn Drill. These two both running Horn Drill. So I'm not exploding. I'm going to Psychic the Nidoking, because that will always kill all of them. None of them run special defense investment. It's only HP, those will all faint. And none of them have Bright Powder to interrupt it. If it is a Quick Claw Ursaring, then Executor could faint. What would I want Tyranitar to do? Well, Nidoqueen is faster than all of these Nidokings, and all of these would all faint to Earthquake. So maybe I want Tyranitar to target Ursaring in case the worst case scenario happens and Executor faints. I would want to bring Ursaring into Earthquake range. Could I Ice Beam Ursaring, or would I have to Crunch? I would... Nah, surely the 155 HP sets I would have to Crunch twice to have a chance of getting a 2-hit KO. I'm a bit worried about this. This could go wrong. We'll go for the Psychic and we'll go for the Crunch. I'm never switching here. That would be insane. There's way too much variation in what Ursaring could be doing. And Nidoking for that matter. I can't bring Nidoqueen in safely. There's way too much variance in the sets. There's Horn Drill and Thunder Punch. Oh, it was Ursaring free. That's really weird. It's Steelix in the back. Okay, honestly, that's fine. Nidoqueen wins these. I just need to bring Steelix low enough. Want to be careful of the citrus. So I'm probably just going to Giga Drain it. Where's Giga Drain? Because this Ursaring will always faint to Nidoqueen's Earthquake. I just need to set up the Nidoqueen kill on Steelix. Can Giga Drain, Flamethrower it. Flamethrower goes first, but even with the Citrus heal, Giga Drain will kill, I think. And then just Ursaring left. Ursaring free will never beat Nidoqueen. It's not the Citrus set. I don't know what Steelix it was, then it's not the Citrus set. Oh no, Generation 3, doesn't Citrus go at the end of the turn? Okay, I'm not going to select that for now. No type, no phrase. I don't think any of those are good enough to take. Let's see how Explosion. Yikes. Please say that the choice band set is a bit less likely. No, it's the most likely, that's great. Am I going to switch Tyranitar out? The problem is that Glalie... Doesn't Glalie just kill Executor? Oh, this is a really bad lead. Yeah. Glalie 1, Ice Beam will kill Executor. Glalie 4 might have a chance. I mean, both of them will act before I can. The problem of having a slow lead duo. I can't explode because it could be Slaking Free and it could Brick Break Tyranitar. I could go for the Flamethrower on Glalie if it's not a bulky set. If it's not 1 or 4, I can probably take it out with Flamethrower in the sand. This is a really dangerous one. We do have Nidoqueen waiting in the wings, though. The Choice Band one is max defense, but no HP. We could two-shot it with Superpower. It does get another action in before then, but it would be locked into Brick Break. So actually, I don't need to worry too much about that going on a Rampage. I could Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball. But that's also fine. I would leave it alone in both cases. So I think I am going after Glalie. Yeah, I am going after Glalie then. That's the bulk upset. That's Glalie 1. Could Glalie 4 have got that actually? Maybe. I'll leave it. Actually, I'll calc it. Let me see. Glalie 1 versus Executor 4 is almost guaranteed. And Glalie 4 never gets it. Okay, it's Glalie 1. That tell me what's in the back. Slaking 1 is fine. It could yawn next turn, but the match will effectively be over before then, I think. I need to take out Glalie with Nidoqueen, though. After the Batea boost, it will also be able to KO Nidoqueen. What do I want to hit the Pokemon in the back with? I guess the best move is just Crunch. It's not resisted by anything. Nothing is immune to it. And it has Stab. Could also Crunch Slaking. I don't think I care as much about Slaking. I mean, bulk up Air Relay Slaking is not going to be what wins the opponent the match, I don't think. Quagsire. Got the Sped F drop. That's potentially huge, and it's leftovers. And it didn't look terribly bulky. Quagsire 4. We might be able to. We might be able to get that with Earthquake. Earthquake does a lot to Tyranitar though. I don't think we can do that. I feel like the best course, because Quagsire will not want to Earthquake next to Slaking. Can use another move. Tyranitar will go for another crunch onto it, I think, because we got the Spadef drop. That's viable. And then we'll superpower Slaking. So that'll do about half. Slaking 1 has HP defense investment. And then Crunch should kill Quagsire. Slaking could interrupt this with Swagger. He could use Swagger on Tyranitar. Then Amnesia would be able to block the KO. In that case, do I want to target it with Nidoqueen? I guess I do. Yeah, that worst case scenario is bad enough. Even though this is probably a waste of Nidoqueen's move, I need to cover that possibility of Swagger on Tyranitar, I think, into an Amnesia. Okay. Not needed. Let's use Bulk Up twice now. Superpower will not be doing very much anymore. Still the strongest move. Yeah, it'll do twice as much as Sludge Bomb. I think the crunch damage matters. That was a quick claw. Quite nice. No type high risk. Again, I can't take any of those. Quagsire could even have damp, which would not be good for the way that this team is working. Slaking 1 I'm happy with in singles, I'm not happy with doubles. Feraligatr Blaziken. What is the chance that Blaziken has? Brick Break. Blaziken 2 has Brick Break. And so does... No. I'm looking at the wrong side. Blaziken 2 has Brick Break. Blaziken 1 has Double Kick. I would not want Blaziken 2 to get attack in. I would survive Blaziken 1's Double Kick, but not Blaziken 2's Brick Break. That said, stopping it is very difficult. I would have to be switching Nidoqueen in. Feraligatr's Brick Break is a lot less scary. Yeah, you don't want attack investment. You'll struggle to do much to Tyranitar. Probably barely do half to Tyranitar. Hydro Pump would be a much bigger threat. And even that wouldn't do too much. Also, the Brick Break set is actually slower than Tyranitar, so Tyranitar gets a move off. I feel like it's correct to go for Feraligatr because of Nidoqueen in the back. Weirdly, I would not want to do too much damage with T-Tar. The issue is that Blaziken 3 and 4 Overheat will take out Executor. Executor's probably fainting here. Could switch. Blaziken 4 Overheat will do so much to Nidoqueen as well. In fact, it does a lot next turn too. In fact, I don't even want to Thunderbolt Blaziken 4. I'll give it Blaze. Can't Thunderbolt this. Unless I'm guaranteeing that I will attack it with Nidoqueen next turn. And Blaziken 3 is faster than Nidoqueen. Oh, God. If an Executor's fainting right now, and I don't want to bring Nidoqueen in to save it, surely the best thing I can do is to Thunderbolt Feraligatr so that Nidoqueen can Earthquake it next turn. Worst case scenario is Blaziken 3 or 4 Overheat, take out Executor, and then it's, I guess it would have to be Feraligatr. Feraligatr 3 probably could crit Hydro Pump on Tyranitar. I would lose in that scenario. If it doesn't crit with Hydro Pump, I'd want to Thunderbolt it. Then Nidoqueen can set up its final 1v1, assuming Blaziken 3 doesn't get a crit overheat or something. I think I need to prepare for a very bad outcome, though. So if Executor does survive, I want to take out Blaziken, surely. I'll just Psychic it. And if Tyranitar survives, I want to Thunderbolt. Now, if Tyranitar... What if I get a Quick Claw? If I Quick Claw Feraligatr 3 or 4, I might be bringing myself into kill range from Torrent Hydro Pump. But on the other hand, I do at least do the damage to Feraligatr, and then it'll be within range of Earthquake from Nidoqueen. Yeah, I think that's correct. Okay, it's Feraligatr 2. Why did Blaziken... Blaziken attacked third there. So I Quick Clawed. That means Feraligatr must have Quick Clawed too. What the hell? That must have been a double Quick Claw turn. Yeah, this is Feraligatr 2 using Brick Break. Then Blaziken used Overheat, which means we don't actually know which Blaziken set it is. It could be 3 or it could be 4. Huh. Have I just given Feraligatr Torrent? That looks very close. I really don't want to... Earthquake will kill Tyranitar. I really don't want to Earthquake. Earthquake does take out both of them. Blaziken 3 is faster though. Does Blaziken set 3 see a kill on Tyranitar here with Earthquake? We're at 202. Probably not. Also, Blaziken set 3, don't you want to endure? Ah. Not necessarily. So, Feraligatr 2 will want to Brick Break Tyranitar again, I feel. Tyranitar 2 is faster. So as long as Quick Claw doesn't go off, we do get to drop Gator with a Thunderbolt. Really want... I really want to... I really want to use Sludge Bomb on Blaziken, but I know that it'll give it... I'm going to be giving it Blaze. I do not want slow Nidoqueen to get hit by Blaze Overheat. I think 2 Blaze Overheats would actually probably get the kill on Nidoqueen. I could leave Blaziken there for another turn. The issue is Tyranitar does not win the final 1v1 against Blaziken. I need Nidoqueen for it. Feraligatr 2 could also use Scary Face on Nidoqueen this turn. That's possible. I don't think Brick Breaker is completely guaranteed to be chosen. Blaziken 3 overheats Nidoqueen, and then I Earthquake and kill everything. How bad is that? That would be a 55%-ish Nidoqueen going up into a 1v1 against an unknown final Pokemon with Sand Up. Yeah, a lot of these will be losses. But that's not a good outcome. I don't think I can Earthquake. I don't think I can Earthquake Tyranitar then. Yeah. Anything faster than Nidoqueen or anything that can survive one of its moves is going to have at least, I mean, I'd spitball at least a 40% chance of winning. Nidoqueen is max HP, but that's it. So the alternative, if I'm not Earthquaking, then I would be targeting Feraligatr with Sludge Bomb or Superpower maybe. Targeting Feraligatr with Sludge Bomb, and then Tyranitar. Again, I can't Thunderbolt Blaziken. I'm just giving it Blaze. So Tyranitar would have to hit something in the back with Crunch. And if Tyranitar Quick Claws, then Nidoqueen hits something in the back with Sludge Bomb, I guess. I think that's the best outcome. Or rather, Blaziken has used up its... Oh no, wait, I'm so stupid. I didn't see White Herb. It's Slack. Yeah, it's Blaziken free and it's faster. Okay. Well, that's even more reason not to Earthquake then, I think. Even more reason to go for the Feraligatr. Yeah. And that -2 Overheat doesn't do too much to Nidoqueen anyway. Yeah. Could get ugly. I'm in trouble if this final Pokemon is something Blaziken could use. If this final Pokemon is something like Salamence, Blaziken will want to start using Earthquake. That could be bad. I would not be able to take out Blaziken plus Salamence. I would not be able to take out in a single turn. Does that mean I want to... If I'm worried about it being a flying type, does that mean I want to Ice Beam instead of Crunch? Levitators are also a problem. I'd want to Crunch Gengar though. And Latios. And Latias. And I wouldn't... And Articuno would be better to Crunch than Ice Beam. So it's not straight up always better. I'd want to Ice Beam Altaria though. This is very close, but... Oh. I'm not sure. Another idea is that I double target Feraligatr. Well, not I double target Blaziken. I let Feraligatr get a move in, which is probably Brick Break. So then it would be Feraligatr plus number. But the problem is that if Tyranitar faints, then Feraligatr is a much larger problem because it's going to have a Torrent Surf. Yeah, I can't do that. I have to target Feraligatr. So Sludge Bomb. The question is, I want to Crunch or Ice Beam. Dragonite Salamence, I'd want to Ice Beam. Gengar Latios, I'd want to Crunch. Articuno would be Crunch. Latias would be Crunch. Zapdos would be Ice Beam. Aerodactyl would be Ice Beam. Altair would be Ice Beam. Claydol would be Ice Beam. No, it'd be Crunch. Hero, it wouldn't matter. Hero would be Flygon would be Ice Beam. Mistress would be Crunch. But I'd probably be fine against that because I could just Earthquake the Blaziken first anyway. Xatu wouldn't matter. Dodri I don't think would matter, but I'd probably rather Ice Beam. Skarmy it wouldn't matter because it would survive. Weezing I'd want to Crunch. Crobat I would want to Ice Beam. I feel like there's actually more targets I'd want to Ice Beam than Crunch. And if it's not a levitating Pokemon, I think Nidoqueen should win because Blaze can be blocked from using Earthquake again. Or worse, it would be a 1v1 Nidoqueen versus the other Pokemon, and if the other Pokemon wins, it doesn't actually matter. So Ice Beam, I think. The issue with Ice Beam is that if I activate a Quick Claw, though, I do not take out Feraligatr. Okay, because the 20% chance of Quick Claw, I think, outweighs the sway that Ice Beam is probably slightly better. Okay, yeah, it was hilariously. It was. Oh my god! It crit. That crit reversal definitely mattered. I'm about to Sludge Bomb this Xatu. Quick Claw has lost me the game. This Xatu would have been taken out by Crunch. No. The crit. Blaziken crit Tyranitar anyway. This is not going to kill. Okay, that crit definitely. Okay, both crits were huge there. Min power reversal won't do more than 30 to Tyranitar. So Blaziken's crit mattered, and my crit on to Xatu mattered probably. Perhaps a min defense Xatu. Let me see. Yeah, my crit onto Xatu mattered. That's an insane turn. Actually insane. Double crit. I would have lost. Xatu and Blaziken together, I would have lost. Because Blaziken uses Earthquake, and I can't kill them both in the same turn. So even if it was sort of Xatu 1, I would lose. Because it would just see the kill the next turn anyway. That's an insane turn. I can still lose. I could crit again. No. No type high risk. I just want to ditch Tyranitar. The opening lead feels so shaky. If exit so. I hate how... I really hate how the opening duo works. It feels so I feel so like... It feels like I'm going to lose. I'm going to mute for the dog. Yeah, because one option to swap here is that I can take Blaziken, which lets me do Endure Explosion. And Blaziken could Earthquake next to Executor. And also, even though Blaziken doesn't have investment in Overheat, Overheat still hits pretty hard. I think any other take is viable, though. I'm not sure if it's worth. This is world record, but the level 50 world record is higher than this. The level 50 world record is 130. Let me see. Guma has 128 in level 50. I'm really unsure about swapping Tyranitar for Blaziken. I mean, Tyranitar is so much bulkier. It's just so much better. This Tyranitar really does. I take so little. I don't even feint to. I basically don't feint to anything except very strong stab fighting moves. And this is shockingly good coverage. I am slow though. There's a severe speed issue in this opening duo. One option is that I replace Executor as well. I could replace Executor. Because Tyranitar is so bulky that I could actually Earthquake next to it, and it wouldn't even do too. It wouldn't take too much. Feels wrong to switch. It just. Thing about Gen 3, it always feels so wrong to give up the Super Pokemon. The 31 IV Super Pokemon that just have unbelievable bulk and power. Yeah, I'm gonna continue. Oh. Okay. Latios is going to give me PTSD from Battle 98. Whoops, Latios Electrode. Yeah, Latios is it's a scary set. How many modest ice beams are there? There's only 2. Modest ice beam will be enough to kill Executor. It'll be a roll probably. Latios 1 and 4 could kill Executor on turn 1. And obviously I don't want to bring Nidoqueen into it. What's horrendous about Latios is that I can't even crunch it. It'll survive. These are really bad. These are quite bad. They're not modest ice beams. I should survive with Executor. And to be honest, all of these are these are the best case scenarios by far. The physical sets and the sets without good coverage. It'll never Earthquake next to an Executor. Sorry, an Electrode. Yeah. I mean, Latios 6 will do more with Dragon Claw than it would with Shadow Ball against Executor. Yeah, Dragon Claw is a bigger threat. Latios 7 would be using Shadow Ball, but it's not even invested Shadow Ball. It wouldn't do anything. Latios 5 is annoying. Probably going to Calm Mind. The Electrode can just explode. Not a lot I can do against that. Yeah. The explosion sets are very likely. It could use Thunderwave or Mirror Coat or Endure. No, not Endure. It could use Thunderwave. And it could just Thunderbolt Tyranitar. What I think I'm leaning towards is I should prepare for it being Latios 1 or 4. And against both of those, I'm completely forced to use. Actually, I'd probably be completely forced to use Ice Beam. I want to go for the freeze. Yeah, I would Ice Beam these two. Because in the sand, I'd always get a 2-shot. But they both have Lum. Oh, lol. Okay. Okay, well, in that case, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to crunch them. Because crunch is way more into the others. And maybe a very good... No. Well, against 2 and 3, I'd want to crunch. Bring them so much closer to death. If it's not Latios 1 or 4 and Executor survives, or if they don't get a good roll with Ice Beam, I'd want to be using... I think I'd want to be just Psychicking the Electrode to prevent it from being able to explode. The Psychic will kill it. Especially with Sand Up, Psychic will kill it. We'll go for the Crunch and Latios. Latios 1 and 4 are really bad. Luckily, they are the least likely, apparently. But, yeah, let's see. Underwave, Calm Mind. We did need Sand Chip. What's in the back? Steelix. It has to be Latios 5. Well, Steelix will want to Earthquake. All of these sets want to Earthquake. It's actually a lot more important to take out Steelix then. Because Nidoqueen has a pretty good matchup into Latios 5. So Steelix will survive a Flamethrower. Because they all run Special Defense. So I would need to attack with both. Could explode. The problem with exploding is that Steelix could get a crit Earthquake on Tyranitar. And then if I explode, I lose. Okay, I can't do that then. I think we're going for the very obvious Giga Drain Flamethrower then. At least that means that Steelix could never... Could be a Quick Claw set. The worst thing that could happen this turn is not Earthquake crit on Tyranitar. The worst thing that could happen this turn is that Dragon Claw crits Executor, and then Steelix explodes. Or explodes next turn with Quick Claw. That could be horrendous. I definitely want to take this out then. Latios is a... Oh, I got a crit. Okay. Latios is at +2 now. it's still so far away from being able to beat this Tyranitar. Might be in crunch range even after 2 boosts. Round high risk. Round high risk is again a problem. We're thinking again about Flygon showing up alongside a partner. That partner using Earthquake. I do at least have Tyranitar. Tyranitar should survive most stab Earthquakes, surely. It should even survive an adamant stab Earthquake. Executor will never faint to it. No, I didn't. I do have a good option for once, which is Latios 5. Latios 5 better into a ground specialist than Executor is. Could also take Latios 5 over Nidoqueen. That would give me a switch. I'm really scared about Tyranitar dying to an Earthquake's combination or something. It gives me a switch in. I think I'll take that actually. At least Latios 5 is faster than Nidoqueen. This is slightly critical. It's slightly unfair of Nidoqueen to get swapped here because it's so much better than the Executor, but Latios belongs in the back, I think, because it's so much of a single set. Yeah, I will take Latios. One nice thing about taking Latios is it stops Latios from showing up as well. Golem Dougie. Okay, I don't really want to get hit by a Fissure though. I think what is almost... I mean, I'll look up the sets in the buddy. What is almost certain to happen is Giga Drain and Ice Beam, but we'll have a look. Yeah, worried about Fissure hitting, well, either Pokemon. And because it's doubles, Fissure is a lot more likely. It doesn't want to Earthquake its teammates, and Earthquake is the highest damaging move. I'm okay with Golem exploding. That's a lot better than getting hit by Fissure. What I'm not okay with is Fissure and Explosion. God, that would be terrible. I might still be able to win as long as the Fissure doesn't hit Tyranitar, since Tyranitar will at least survive the explosion. I still think it's correct to target Golem with the Giga Drain though, because Dugtrio never beats Latios. In fact, it might be correct to double target the Dugtrio with Ice Beam and Giga Drain. Actually, I like that a lot more. Sorry, when I say double target, I'm talking about double targeting Golem. Because Latios doesn't care about Dugtrio. We take Golem out so it can't explode. Because Golem will also see Earthquake as the highest damaging move. It's also Golem 2. I wouldn't want Golem 2 to focus punch Tyranitar. That would be really bad. Yeah, Golem 4 will see Earthquake as the highest damaging move into Tyranitar, which might lead to a similar situation where how it explodes on Skarmory in the lead because of the dual type non-immunity glitch. A very similar setup here where Earthquake takes priority in the AI decision-making matrix, but then it can't actually use it when it comes to deciding on a move because Earthquake will demote Rock Slide and Double Edge down. So I think we double target Golem, even though we're wasting Tyranitar's attack slightly. I think we double target Golem. Just because it's so important to take it out before it explodes. I think it's the biggest threat to winning. Flamethrower was Golem free. And it's frozen. That was a weird turn. What's in the back? Skarm. Just guaranteed to be the Fisher Dugtrio. High risk, high return. Dug is guaranteed to Earthquake now. It's not a bad thing, since it won't kill either Pokemon. Latios has a surprisingly bad matchup into Skarmory. Yeah, these are all running HP and Spadef investment. 2 of them run Toxic. Skarmory 1 I beat with Latios at least. The other 2 are problems. I think once again killed a Pokemon that isn't Dugtrio. Again, I really want to explode, but I can't. Executor is just too slow. We will have to... How much does Psychic even do to Skarm? It really doesn't do very much. It might be better to just Giga Drain Dug, actually. Yeah, we'll Giga Drain Dug. Psychic plus Thunderbolt probably does kill Skarm. But to be honest, in that scenario, I'd rather kill Dug anyway. So the worst thing that could happen now is that Earthquake could crit Tyranitar. That would be bad. Potential loss then. Interesting, it must have seen a double edge kill on Executor. I didn't think that was on. Clearly it was. Okay, now, Dug is faster than Latios. So I do have to target Skarm with Latios, just in case Dug gets a crit Earthquake on Tyranitar. Go to Dragon Claw. And if Tyranitar survives... Actually, if Tyranitar Quick Claws, I'd want to Ice Beam Skarm probably. And if it doesn't, I'd want to Ice Beam Dug, because that's the best cover. No crit, that's the end of the match. Skarm use Drill Peck. No type, it's a flow. Depends on the battle's flow. It's a rare quote. Do I want to take any of those? Skarm 2. It's funny, I could put Skarm 2 in the back and then I really can explode for once. I think that's a silly side grade at best, and very likely a downgrade from Latios. Does the fact I know it's weather matter too much? If it's sun, that's actually good for me. I've got Executor. Rain is worse because rain often comes with ice beams and hydro pumps. I do not want to take those. Having said that, Latios does decently into a rain team. I don't know, I'm really not worried about the rest. I think we'll continue. Dragonite Gyarados. And one of these has to have a weather move, and I think it has to be... Oh, no, there is a... Dragonite 9 has Rain Dance. And Dragonite 10 has Sunny Day. So it must be Dragonite 9 or Dragonite 10 or Gyarados 3. Dragonite 10 could potentially Fire Blast Executor. There is no doubt that of all of these, Latios would least want to face Dragonite, though. I think Tyranitar will Ice Beam the Dragonite. Now, Executor. I'm not sure about what to do with Executor. I mean, let's talk through. Is there a chance that... Is there a chance that Tyranitar dies, ignoring crits? Dragonite 9... An Earthquake, and Dragonite 9 and 10 are going to Earthquake because they're next to Gyarados. The Tyranitar doesn't faint to that, obviously. You don't do anything. You don't do anything. You're also an Earthquake set. You're an Adamant Earthquake. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't do much more. Dragonite 1 can use Brick Break, and Dragonite 8 can use Brick Break. Neither of those will drop Tyranitar. Gyarados 3 is going to... Okay. So, Gyarados 3 and Dragonite 9 or 10, they're going to be opening duos that will both Earthquake. Gyarados' Earthquake hurts a bit more. I suspect Tyranitar survives double Earthquake, though. Because Dragonite's Earthquake isn't invested. Might be close. Might be close. Okay. The Tyranitar might faint. If I want to definitely survive, then maybe I bring it in. A lot of these sets are using Earthquake. Like even Gyarados 2 and 4 are also going to Earthquake. Dragonite 1 and 2 will Earthquake. Obviously these two will Earthquake. Outrage targeting is random. Dragonite 5 using Outrage on Latios could be annoying. Not concerned about you. Gyarados 3 Earthquake, 4 Earthquake, 1. It could be Frustration, I suppose. Frustration does not do too much into Latios anyway, though. And Gyarados 2 is going to probably Fire Blast Executor. Yeah. It doesn't do that. It will Hydro Pump the Tyranitar. As a defensive play, bringing Latios in on Tyranitar is very safe then. The question is, why would I do that when Tyranitar is the offensive presence to be able to Thunderbolt and Ice Beam these two respectively? What I'm saying then is that Tyranitar is useful later, which it might be because it can reset the weather. Latios can Dragon Claw Dragonite next turn. If I'm going to want to do that, I would want to Psychic Dragonite though. I need to bring it into Dragon Claw range. So I guess that is the most defensive play possible. Is we just Psychic Dragonite and bring Latios in. And it's incredibly likely that we see Earthquake from at least one, quite likely both Pokemon here. So they both Earthquake, yeah. And we got a Bright Powder Mist, that was hilarious. How much did Earthquake do? We did 20. We did 30. 53. I mean, to be honest, that can't be an invested Earthquake then. Yeah. So it's not Gyarados 3, it's Gyarados 4 then. Yeah. Gyarados 3 would do more with Earthquake. Got max attack. So Dragonite is the weather set. I do not want to get hit by Blizzard. Or Fire Blast. It could Quick Claw. So Latios targets. I don't want Gyarados 4 to get too many Dragon Dances up. To be honest, 1 would already be scary. So I think I am going to use Executor. In fact, I could blow up with Executor. Slightly risky. Gyarados 1 can never kill Latios here, even with Crit Frustration. The problem is that I could get hit by a Blizzard and then get hit by a crit. I can't explode. Well, I can explode, it's just I'm risking... Oh no, the worst thing that could happen would be Quick Claw freeze on Latios. And then I explode, leaving Tyranitar unknown 1v1. The last Pokemon has to be... these weather sets. I do not want to leave Tyranitar alone in a 1v1 with the Ludicolo though. I won't be able to 2-hit KO Ludicolo with Crunch. No, I can't explode. I'll have to... Again, Gyarados is likely to rest the Resto Chesto to damage anyway, but I need to knock it out of likely boost range then. So I'll Psychic it and Dragon Claw the Dragonite. Is Ludicolo. It couldn't have used Frustration anyway on Latios because it was next to its Earthquake partner still. Yeah. These are almost... They look different, but they're almost all the same set. We did not see leftovers though. It's Ludicolo 1. I think Ludicolo 1 has absolutely no chance with Latios in the field. So you just need to take out Gyarados. Again, I think rest is very likely, so Latios' attack is kind of wasted. We could Calm Mind though. And Psychic. I think that's best. Fainting there is actually totally fine. I don't think anything can interrupt Dragon Claw here, but I don't think Dragon Claw is guaranteed to drop Gyarados. We'll cover it. Okay, well, you faint now anyway. There's the rain. I think this will always kill you. Yeah. Psychic, no phrase. Well, I have Latios. Does this just mean Latios is very likely to show up? I could definitely take Gyarados 4 as something with huge Spadef. Not great into, you know, a Thunder Punch Alakazam though. Let's see what it says. Oh no, I put this in wrong. I've got Latios. Can't be Latios. Latias, Metagross, Gardevoir. I would want Gyarados into Metagross. Although not in the leads. Again, hampered by the lead slot. Tyranitar is safe for one turn. Metagross is base 70 speed. But there are quite a few 170 speed sets. Why is Alakazam so unlikely? Where's Alakazam? Oh, it's here. Yeah, the Thunder Punch, Alakazam, Gardevoir, etc. Thunderbolt, whatever. I'm concerned about taking Gyarados. And I have similar concerns about taking Dragonite. And stick with the Super Pokemon. Executor is shockingly okay into Psychic. I mean, obviously we can get hit by Ice moves, but again, as long as we're a super Pokemon with 31 IVs, we do not drop to non-stab super effective attacks. This is a 6 IV opponent. It's Gardevoir Tauros. Yeah, I probably want to take out Gardevoir. Probably want to take out Gardevoir. Gardevoir 2 would survive Crunch. Gardevoir 1 would survive Crunch. The others would faint to Crunch in Sand, I think. I can still cover that with Executor. Can I leave Tauros alone? Doesn't Earthquake do a lot? Obviously, Earthquake or Gardevoir's there, but Gardevoir's not necessarily there forever. Double-Edged will do a decent chunk into Executor. Because I could just Psychic Tauros. Only Tauros 2 would survive Psychic plus 1 or 2 turns of Sand. Could just leave. I could leave Gardevoir there as well. Just because I can kill it with Crunch doesn't mean I need to do so. Ugh. I'm not in a huge rush to kill it. Oh, what is annoying about Gardevoir though is it is faster than Latios. So even though it only 2 KOs Executor with Ice Punch, Fire Punch, I do not want it to touch Latios really. What if I explode? Isn't that putting myself in a stupid position? I mean, surely Tauros faints to double-edged psychic. It's just not going to survive that. Tauros 3 has special attack investment. Okay, so Tauros 3, Gardevoir 3 combination could take out Executor. And then Tauros 3. Because Tauros 3 is a 6 IV set, it's a final battle. Tauros 3 does get to hit Latios in the face then. Oh, that's annoying. At the same time, Executor can't help with that. If that's what they choose, I can't switch Latios in a way that would save it, and Executor doesn't get to move before they attack anyway. Okay, let's just go with the first plan then. We can't help that. And at least I probably killed Gardevoir on that line. It's Swagger, it's Tauros 1. But we don't miss Gardevoir. And we don't self-hit. What's in the back? Starmie. Surely we always get the covers, or we don't always because we can self-hit. We can Giga Drain and Crunch. And Starmie 3, 4, 5 will all faint to either move. Only Starmie 2 maybe gets to survive. It is unfortunately also the one with Hydro Pump. And Tauros could Swagger again. Latios is a really good matchup into Tauros though. I think we go for the Starmie. Giga Drain will kill it, and so will Crunch. We only need one of them to hit. Starmie used Psychic. Ah, it must have been Starmie 5. Must have been Starmie 5. Its strongest move is actually Psychic into Executor with a spread nerf to Surf. Yeah, it must have been Starmie 5. Thanks, Nico. It's funny because I did not expect. I didn't even explode once. I did not expect that lead Jerry to work so well. I think it's inevitable. I think I said this in a Discord yesterday. It feels inevitable that I will get a bad draft and I'll get frozen, or there'll be a bright powder miss or something. Just something that happens in doubles. You can't do anything about it and you lose. Well, I thought about dropping Eggy, but it's water no phrase. I thought about dropping Eggy, but nothing showed up that was fast. And the longer nothing showed up that was fast, the longer I've sort of got to realise actually Executor Psychic does do quite a lot. I think I think it's coming. My hope is actually, you know what, I'd rather lose to hacks than a misplay anyway. 1 second. Yeah, surely the hacks moment is coming. We'll do the draft again. Docile. Cherry berry. Irontail. I do not remember you, but you're not set 4 because set 4 is Mega Kick. You must be set 3. Oh, it's this Porygon 2 set. The set 2. Porygon 22. I go back at. I remember when I used to play a few years back. I went back and forth on this set being good or bad in singles. I'm still not sure. I know what the answer is. Obviously, with the IV advantage, it's just so thick. But you do rely on a very unreliable attack. Obviously, it's much worse in doubles than it is in singles. And this is Golem 4. We were talking about this in the last game. I'll just put round 8+ in the body again. Hey, look who it is. Oh, God. I do not like Executor 3. Yeah, you don't have investment behind your explosion, but you don't really need it, Executor. Entei. Interesting. All of the weird stuff is coming out now, I suppose. I don't recognise this Entei from singles, which means it must be a level 100 set. Must be 5 or 6. Salak. Okay, that's set 5. Xatu. Use Xatu 1. Sharpbeak. Or Xatu 1. I don't think I have the balls to lead Raichu and just click Thunder. That feels like a disaster waiting to happen. Wait, did it say... Yeah, right, yeah. Did it say water? It was a water specialist, wasn't it? The problem is I cannot rain dance into a water specialist. That'd be nuts. To be honest, it's weird. It's not something that I see as much in Gen 3 streams. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. In Gen 4, when we stream and talk about the factory and so on, we often talk about not wanting to over specialize into the lead opponent. Basically saying that picking a draft that's good for 7 battles is better than picking a draft that's good for just 1. So I do not want to massively over specialize into water. At the same time, water really makes me worried about taking Golem. There's no way it's going to be Executor again, right? Is it really going to be Executor Entei with the Endure explosion? Oh, this is a little bit tragic, I'm not going to lie. Xatu has no offensive presence. I think I have to... there's one thing I'm sure of. Yeah. With a really bad draft, you want to try and survive the first opponent. Yeah, that's also... Yeah, I agree. And then you sort of hope, what if the first opponent has a really nice water set that I can take and it can carry for a bit? What if the first opponent has Gyarados or something? Really nice water. I think I need... The problem is I need Entei, I feel, to do immediate damage, but it's a water spec. Entei does not do a huge amount with an uninvested double edge. I could endure explosion though. It would be nice if... Yeah, I like the Entei. I think I want to take Entei as... Just for the draft in general, I think I need to take Entei. It would be nice to lead. It wouldn't be that nice. It sounds better than it is until you think about it for a bit. What would be nice to lead is if I could lead Porygon, Executor, and Porygon can Sunny Day, Executor can blow up. The problem is that when Executor blows up, it will kill Porygon. And then Entei comes in. I guess Entei and the Sun is an okay set. But Endure Select Explosion with something alongside Entei. I mean, at least this is Gen 2. There's no Jellicent or whatever. There's no water ghost types. What there is... No, Omastar doesn't appear in open level. Are there any water types that could survive the explosion? I suppose Gyarados, after an Intimidate, would survive. A bulky Gyarados set. So I kind of want the last Pokemon to be something that... why is... I just wish this was anything else. Like, if one of these was just a fast Pokemon with a reliable move, I could take it. What if I take Xatu? Xatu is faster than a bulky Gyarados. So if it's a lead Gyarados, I can Endure Explosion, bring Xatu in, and Xatu can finish off Gyarados with a Dual Peck. I've also got to remember that damp is quite common on water types. I cannot explode if it's damp. At least I get to Giga Drain. I am thinking more and more that it might have to be Porygon. It's either Porygon or it's a YOLO Thunder. If there's a water type in the back... Problem is, Raichu was just not bulky. Even at 31 IV, she's just not a bulky set. Also potential to trace Water Absorb. That could be funny if there's Vaporeon or something. So what's being left behind? I'm not going to take Golem. That's the only thing I've decided so far. Maybe it is Porygon 2. Or just so much bulkier than Xatu is. Yeah. And you have Lum. And T-Wave support is very nice in doubles, admittedly. I don't think I'm going to improve on that thought process. But I'm pretty sure Entei is going to miss a Fire Blast at some point. But I can't do anything about that. What's the last? Raichu. I don't think I can take... I do not have... Because when I take Raichu, what I'm saying with Raichu is that 70% represents the chance that Porygon 2 can't 1v1 something at all. And I don't think 30% of the factory comes close to dominating Porygon 2. So it would be a generic Porygon 2 1v1 in singles is to Thunder Wave, recover, Sunny Day, recover, Solar Beam. Very difficult to beat that set of moves. It's a lot easier in doubles, of course, when you get double targeted, but I'm in so much trouble if the lead Pokemon runs damp. I'm in so much trouble. But if it is Quagsire or something, I can at least Giga Drain it. I think I've got to go with that. Cool. Blastoise, Kingdra. Probably going to have to pray for no freeze. So what's the strongest Ice Beam? Oh god, I don't want to think about bite flinches. It's fine. It'll Hydro Pump Entei anyway, probably. Strongest Ice Beam from you will not be a 2-hit KO. Kingdra 2 quite likely. Your Ice Beam won't do too much either. There is no modest Ice Beam from Kingdra. That's great news. Okay. So, Executor should survive this turn. Surely I want to explode. Focus Band from Blastoise, annoying. But there's no Bright Powder. The punishment would be Focus Band, but if it is a Focus Band Blastoise, I can actually double edge it next turn with Entei and leave Porygon in some 1v1. Yeah. The alternative to this play would be to Giga Drain, double edge, and I guess I'd be targeting Blastoise. All of the Blastoise run bulk investments, so I wouldn't be able to. That'd be close. Maybe I could Giga Drain, double edge to KO. It would be close. Blastoise 1, I don't think I'll be able to get it. It runs 255 HP. The biggest concern with Endure Explosion would be Executor getting frozen. I suppose also shout out to Kingdra 1. Icy Wind. Dropping Entei speed is also really bad. Because then it's faster next turn. It would just take out Entei for free. That would be a 2v1, potentially. I think I'm going to make Endure Explosion. One more idea. Oh no, surely I can't do it. I get punished. No, I get punished too hard by... One other idea is the reflect option. But surely I get punished too hard by Kingdra 1. Kingdra 1 uses Hydro Pump, Blastoise uses some water move. I don't want to explode on Porygon. I think I have to endure then. And also, what is Reflect doing against these? They're almost all special attackers. Yeah. Please, don't freeze. Don't freeze. Okay. So we get Salac. Rapidash. We got a Flash Fire Trace. That's amazing. They both used Ice Beam. Whoops. Rapidash. So Rapidash 1 would be much worse. Rapidash 1 would be going for Quick Attack on Entei, surely. Would it kill? We're at 33. I'm not even sure if that would be enough. I think we're out of range. Anyway, Rapidash 1 would be trying to KO Entei here. I think what we want to do is just Double Edge. Because Porygon 2 will need an assist. We can at least set up Sunny Day. Because we don't care about boosting their moves. Ah, yeah. I thought it was that's nice. I'll probably keep this permanently on then. That's the end of HP bars. I think it's fine. We'll set up Sun. That's way better than just clicking Solar Beam. Is there any downside to using Thunder Wave though? I can't see any. Just go for that, I think. I think I'd rather get the Double Edge damage off than get Reflect off though. Double Edge will do a lot. It'll do well over half. Interesting. It didn't see. It doesn't understand Trace then in Gen 3. So its leftovers, it's set to. Oh, we got a burner PP here, that's fine. We'll burner recover, that's fine. Yeah, that's nice. That was another bonus of doing the Entei Double Edge, was that we prevent double team by bringing it well under half. Psychic Total Prep. Okay, let's see what the buddy says about that. So it's Rapidash 2, Kingdra 2. Gardevoir, Claydol, incredibly likely. Honestly, not too bad. Espeon, Metagross, again, honestly not that bad. I do not want to see a Lati. Oh, I suppose I do want to see a Lati. Is Kingdra better than Porygon in the back? The funny thing is, I am not sure it is. I have a feeling I'm going to want to stick with Porygon. Kingdra is amazing, I take it. It is amazing. I also think Porygon is amazing. As an immortal, unkillable machine. What is true of Kingdra is so much better in doubles. If it's not a 1v1. It has such better assist. Also, I don't want to be... I shouldn't focus too much on the Lati threat because honestly there's a lot of psychics that are more likely. It's probably going to be better Latis. It Thunder Waves them, stalls them out of all their PP, and Solar Beam should be able to at least 7-hit KO them. So it would be a very long battle. But we would beat non-Calm Mind Latis. I guess the recover Latis would also be an issue. Kingdra doesn't like seeing those Calm Mind Mono Attack Dragon Claw Latis either, though. Kingdra is much better into Metagross. But Entei hopefully hits a Fire Blast if Metagross shows up. What I'm also thinking though is, what if I get rid of Endure Explosion? Was Kingdra, Entei, Porygon as a team? Admittedly, Explosion is very good into Psychics, though. Yeah. Fine, we'll take Kingdra. Yeah, we'll take Kingdra. Guess Latias is okay. I do not like the bright powder. I was planning on exploding in your face. Oh no. You two will kill Executor. This is a really bad situation, actually. I can't bring Kingdra in on the fire move without potentially exposing Kingdra to Dragon Claw. Executor is pretty good once Arcanine faints, though. There'll be a Psychic in the back. It has to be Gardevoir or Claydol. because of total prep. Needs to have a defensive move. I just need to kill Arcanine. But I can't. Double Edge does laughable damage at -1. So I just let Executor faint then, if it's Fire Blast or Overheat. In that case, I really need to find a way of taking out Latias. Ooh, this is really bad. Latias 7 would be completely fine. I don't need to worry about the situation where it's Latias 7. Because Entei, Kingdra, Executor, between them all handle that just fine. It's the Latias 5. Latias 5 is slow as well. I could be looking at Overheat into Executor, switch in Kingdra, and then get hit by a Dragon Claw for over half. And then Latias 5 is faster. And Entei won't be able to take it out in 2 turns, obviously. So it would just be a dead Kingdra, and then it's actually a 3v1. And Entei loses. Yikes. Think about it, Latias 5 wants to use Thunder Wave into Entei, though, doesn't it? That's not necessarily a good thing, but what this is making me think, though, is that if it's not going to Dragon Claw Executor that often, I can switch Executor out. Kingdra never gets targeted. It'll be a sort of weird situation. I probably want to switch Executor back in. We're just buying time for Entei to slowly do enough damage. I'm not even sure what to target in that case. I guess probably Arcanine, because I can at least re-hit KO that. Latias 5 is just... I mean, Latias 7 is even worse, but Latias 5 faints so slowly to Double Edge. I think we have to do that. There's also the positive. The positive situation is that it's Arcanine 1, which means Executor won't faint necessarily. I would actually want to keep Executor in then. Yeah, I'd want to keep Executor in that situation. 33% chance is Arcanine 1, 33% chance is Latias 7. Anything else is bad. But I guess the combined probability of these two is not bad, actually. I'm at about a 50% chance it's one of them. That's not bad. If it's one of them, I could just explode. I mean, quietly, another issue you've explained is -1 explosion doesn't kill either of these. They both survive. Got too much bulk investment. I'm going to need to bring Kingdra in. Reflect is a waste of a turn. Burn would be sick on Latias. I don't think I can rely on that though. I'm going to have to double edge Arcanine. I might need to crit Arcanine here. In the worst case scenario. It's Arcanine 2. That would be so bad. I need to crit Arcanine 2 for sure. Okay, it's Arcanine 3. And it's Latias 5. Oh dear. That might be the end. I'm not going to be in Dragon Claw range at least. It might be better if I was though. Entei needs to hit 2 more double edges. And then maybe Executor can win. Arcanine will never overheat Kingdra here. If I switch in Executor, I might be coming into a Thunder Wave. What Latias wants to do most likely from Latias is a Calm Mind. I'd want to attack in that case. Yeah, I think... Could Kingdra get Arcanine with Surf? I don't think so. Kingdra is a free IV set. Arcanine would survive that surely. I could Surf Double Edge, get rid of Arcanine, and then it's a healthy Executor. The issue will become a +1 Latias. But I can maybe endure Explosion even with a paralysed Entei at the end. Or, better, get Executor in next turn. I think I have to go for that though. Yeah, I think we'll need to assist Kingdra. And a Fire Blast miss would be horrendous. We can't go for that. It's Crunch. And it was... Ooh, that's big. Oh no, okay. We did not get the free double edge off. +1 Lati. Oh, +1 Lati would always see a kill on Kingdra here. There's God of War 2. Oh, this is so bad. They both still want a Calm Mind. Given the opportunity. Well, Latias is more deadly. Because Executor will struggle to beat that with Leech Seed. Is it better to let Kingdra faint or to save it? What am I saving it for? Executor would be coming in on a +1 Dragon Claw. That's going to do around 45%. Gardevoir is going to be setting up. If Executor can get Leech Seed off on both, I think I can win. I don't think Kingdra does enough. I don't think it's worth anything. I think a full health Kingdra is worth less than taking 40% on Executor. So I think we just let Latias Dragon Claw Kingdra here. Yeah. If for some reason it doesn't target, well, I guess we'll Dragon Breath it. And we'll double edge it too. Oh, I got a crit anyway, whatever. Calm Mind. Okay. Do I enjoy Explosion right now? Right now. %25 chance to lose. Also, one of these. Also, the Gardevoir is at +1 evasion. Okay, it's a lot more than. The Gardevoir could go up to +1 evasion. It could be a lot more than a 25% chance to lose. Do I actually win? If I use Leech Seed, I guess I'd be Leech Seeding Gardevoir. It has more There's more HP. Do I get one more chance to endure Explosion? If they both target Entei right now, Entei will faint. This might be my last chance. They're not too likely to do that though. Gardevoir will still want to be setting up. It's not too bad. I think we can leech Gardevoir and see what happens. And delay the Endure Explosion one more turn. And if this turn goes well, whatever that means. Then we can do it next turn instead. And crit double edge would be huge. That would be the best thing that could happen. That's a pretty good turn, all things considered. Even though we missed, that's a pretty good turn. We can now Leech Seed Latias too. I don't think we have to endure Explosion anymore. Oh, I don't like that. They're both at +2. I wish Entei had hit one of the last two attacks. How much does Giga Drain do? How much does Giga Drain do? Gardevoir is at +2. Not a lot. We would heal for around 20. Entei is at 3-2-3-7. Entei is in range of Psychic. Not Dragon Claw yet, but Entei is in range of Psychic. I think because we missed Leech Seed and Entei got fully paralyzed last time, we do have to do Endure Explosion. Oh my god. I think we're going to have to do Endure Explosion. At least Gardevoir didn't use double team. Entei gets fully paralyzed, I will lose. But +2 Psychic is very likely to kill Entei. It's very likely to see the kill on Entei. If it attacks Entei, I can no longer endure Explosion. And against a +2 Latias and a +2 Gardevoir, Executor doesn't heal anywhere near enough. If we had hit Leech Seed, or we had hit one of the last 2 double edges, I don't think I'd be forced into this. But I think I am now forced into this. Enough things went wrong. I'm going to have to endure Explosion. No. Oh no. I can endure Explosion again, I guess. I mean... okay. The good part... oh, there's no good part about this, I guess. The good part about this outcome is they both see a kill on Entei. So maybe I can pivot away from using Endure Explosion and just use Endure Leech Seed. Because that way, if Entei gets fully paralyzed, I can still sort of be in the match. If I leech both, I mean, Latias is still doing way too much damage to Executor. It's going to have... how many turns is it going to have of just being able to wail on with +2 Dragon Claw? We saw how much +2 Dragon Claw just did. There's no way I out-heal that. Even if this was a 1v1, I would lose, surely. I'm going to have to endure Explosion again. In fact, Executor is also obviously in range of Dragon Claw. The chance of winning this has dropped off a cliff. We're just... yeah. It's basically over. Basically over. I need Latias to see the kill on Entei, which is not guaranteed to do. And then choose a target Entei and not Executor, which is not guaranteed to do. And then I need Entei to successfully endure, which is not only a 50% chance because we've used it last time, but also we have to avoid being fully paralyzed. And then after all of that, Executor needs to not get fully paralyzed. The chance of all this happening is like 0. Well, it's not 0. I mean, looking at sort of a 10-20% chance. We'll have to go for it though. It's the only way out. The alternative is I could crit Giga Drain on Gardevoir this turn. But then Latias isn't leeched anyway. I just lose. Yeah, I have to go for this. Entei is definitely using Endure. Is there any other way? I could use Leech on Latias, I guess. If Entei successfully endures, I want to explode though. Latias attacks Entei. Entei fails Endure. Latias attacks Entei. Gardevoir will use Psychic on Executor because Gardevoir will be using Psychic on Entei anyway this turn. Executor goes down to sort of 120-ish after all the healing. Executor crits Giga Drain onto Gardevoir. We might heal 80 back. We'll be outside of Dragon Claw range, and then we're relying on, I don't know, Latias has a brain aneurysm and just gets stuck on Calm Mind. I mean, there's no good outcome. We have to explode. Yeah, I'll have to endure explode. Rip. We're fully paralyzed again anyway. Well, that's over. Unfortunate. It wasn't Executor's fault. which is funny. It was. I am definitely blaming this loss on Entei. Entei, those double edges that didn't get through to Latias. Yeah, unlucky. One, 2, 7. Wait, I've forgotten what is the. Oh, Guma was 1, 2, 8. That's hilarious. It's happened again. Oh well. The Guma still has the record. Unlucky. That was a good one. I'm not upset about that. Yeah, level 50, but I think like I suppose level 100 is slightly different. They feel very similar to me. 1 second. I'm just gonna go. Let me see. I'm gonna do one thing and then I might play singles. Yeah, like it's similar to Gen 4, I guess, where the open level has a little bit of a rougher start, but to be honest, it's sort of like the first round, the first few rounds, if you lose, you just restart. It's sort of, they're not free, but it's sort of like you can kind of assume that a streak starts at like 21, even though it takes some time to get there. And I think the presence of Cheetah and Dragonite probably slightly benefits the player, because they're so much better if you have them than if the opponent has them. I mean, Gen 3 is a bit weird as well, because Gen 3, it's diluting the chance that Latias or Latios appear, which are sort of the nightmares. I think we'll play... I'm going to play a bit of singles. The single streak is much more chill. We are level 50.